following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Arizona. Brother Mike is back on the radio. Phoenix. Welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. Welcome to all of our 1010 AM KXXT Christian Radio listeners. May God richly bless you. Welcome to our Dark Sky listeners. Thank you for tuning in today. Today's Bible study. Pornography, America's Tsunami. Hey, I got a new survey I want to share with you. You'll find it very interesting today. You need to call somebody and tell them the radio program's on real quickly. I'll make some announcements. This is Brother Mike. I am the professional counselor, certified counselor. Been a counselor for 37 years. I'm at the Arizona Deliverance Center. We're downtown. It's in Central Phoenix on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road. On the website, HardcoreChristianity.com, we have two services every week, 3 actually. Thursday night at 7 o'clock, we have our healing rooms and our service with Brother Rick, beautifully anointed service. Also Thursday nights at 7 o'clock, we have our mental illness healing class for Christians who have mental illness. If you're suffering from depression, anxiety, or bipolar, don't go through it alone. The Lord wants to heal you. Friday night is my teaching service for my radio listeners. Starts at 7 p.m. You can catch it live on our YouTube streaming channel. Every month we have a free seminar. You can sign up for that on the website. You can catch some radio archives on the website and hit the PayPal button and send us another donation. Muchas gracias. Sister Karen's on the homepage of the website. She'll be happy to list your house for you for sale. She loves working with born-again Christians, as you might imagine. Pornography, America's Tsunami. I found a new survey, just came out recently. Very interesting survey. I want to give you the results of it. It was a pretty extensive one at that. According to this new survey, the study revealed that 58% of those they surveyed admitted to regular porn consumption. But upon the breakdown of user preferences, things got a little dark, it says. Yeah, no kidding. The survey indicated that among those aged 22 and under, rough sex, the definition of which included hair pulling, biting, slapping, and choking, was the second most watched porn category. Almost half, 42%, of those aged 23 and under openly stated that this sort of abusive porn was something they really liked watching. Can you imagine that? What's that telling you about the person's conscience? What's that telling you about the type of demons they have? Can you imagine that? This is getting extremely serious. The article goes on, it says, quote, as the age category increased, the penchant for this type of rape porn decreased, as did the frequency of consumption. Thank God. But obviously you already knew that. You didn't need a survey for that. I mean, the younger males are obviously going to be more active in everything. What this means is simple, the article said. Many of the youngest adults among us have developed an obsession with violent porn and are acting out a warped view of sex and personal relationships. Indeed, as the research showed, not only are they viewing such horrifying images, but they are also expecting to engage in this type of sexual behavior with their partners. Okay, we're talking about the females now. Quote, porn has left me never wanting conventional sex anymore, one respondent admitted. Another added, it makes me try to push the boundaries of what my girlfriend wants. These patterns of sexual behavior are perpetrated by the media, particularly magazines like Teen Vogue, which offer regular advice columns on how to engage in unconventional sexual relations and how to get an abortion without notifying your parents. The result is an increased expectation for these type of sexual relations in real life and an increasingly twisted view of what healthy sexuality entails. Quote, as the parent of a teenage girl, I have heard dozens of hideous stories about the sexual expectation of young people, wrote columnist India Knight at the Sunday Times. Some involve traumatized girls. Some involve boys who don't understand what the problem is with basing their expectations on porn. Foreplay, for instance, does not feature. Some involve boys and girls who have debilitating feelings of physical inadequacy about their bodies as a consequence of watching porn. Well, no kidding. I mean, it's like going to a professional bodybuilding contest, okay? When you go to a bodybuilding contest, none of those competitors on stage, male or female, look like anybody in your neighborhood. They don't look like a regular person. Well, they're not supposed to be a regular person. Einstein, it's a bodybuilding contest. Hello? When you go to a when you watch professional pornography, the models they use in those movies are usually physically perfect specimens. They're females with gorgeous bodies and giant breasts and long, beautiful, perfect legs. The men have six packs and large penises. They're not regular people. Duh. It's porn, Jack. It's not real. Pornography is not real. I've been a counselor for 37 years. I've counseled many people over the years who've actually been in pornography. Pornography is not, it's all acting, it's all fake. The porn actor and actresses commonly just sit in a waiting room waiting for their scene to be shot. And they just sit there, and many times they don't even talk to each other. A lot of times they're on their cell phones or they're reading something or doing something else. There's no interpersonal relationship. They come in and say, showtime, time kid, boom. They head out and go through their skit. There's very little dialogue to learn. It's all physical activities and learning different positions. The whole thing's a fraud. It's all a fraud. But when you perpetuate this fraud on young people, it's absorbed into their soul. And while they're watching the porn, here's what people don't understand. Lust spirits actually enter the person's body. That's what causes all these sex scandals in churches. Years later, after the person becomes a born-again Christian or gets filled with the Spirit, or after they've gone into the ministry. Absolutely. This happens all the time. People get saved. People get filled with the Spirit. That's an activity of your spirit, man, within the person. The demons, the lust demons that they had before they got saved, they're not in the spirit, man. They're in the person's body. So the person, after they get saved, needs to go through deliverance. But the churches have eliminated deliverance, and therefore they leave all these people sitting in the congregation literally suffering with lust problems they can't get rid of that are driving them crazy because the church failed them and did not fulfill the Great Commission of the Lord Jesus Christ in Matthew 28 and Mark chapter 16. You see, these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name they shall cast out devils. That's the Greek word daimonion. It means demons. Well, when somebody gets saved, you don't automatically get rid of demons any more than you automatically get healed. If you get born again, you don't automatically get healed of a physical illness. I mean, it can happen, but most of the times it doesn't have. Hopefully they get healed later. Same thing is true of deliverance. Once you get once you get saved and filled with the Spirit, or you get saved and you never get the baptism of the Spirit, okay, you're still a born-again Christian, but you're still infected with demons. They're in your body. And so you have all these ministers, pastors, preachers, evangelists, missionaries. And I've seen them all, folks. They all come in to see me for counseling. I've seen everybody across every spectrum you can even imagine, from TV preachers to megachurch pastors and everything. I've seen them numerous times over the years come to see me for counseling. These people are infected with spirits. You ought to see the look on their face when they find out they actually have demons and the demons actually start coming out. They're absolutely stunned. They didn't know they were infected with lust demons from all the years they sat watching pornography when they were in grade school and junior high and high school. The average age now for a young boy to get on porn on a regular basis is 12. 12 years old. That means from 12 years on, kids have demons. From age 12 on, every person that's watching porn and masturbating to porn has picked up demons, 100% of them. And they're destroying the church. They're destroying people's Christian lives. And because deliverance was thrown out of the church, because everybody didn't understand it and they were afraid of it, all these people, and ministers and pastors and preachers, are running around with demons. And sooner or later, a sex scandal breaks out. The pastor runs off with the secretary. Somebody's having an affair on the board. It's a common thing, particularly in the choir, in the music ministry. A lot of people having affairs in the choir at the mega church. You'd be absolutely shocked how many people are sleeping with each other. In the youth group, you'd be shocked how many kids are sleeping with each other. You wouldn't even believe it. Nobody would believe it. They don't want to believe it. They don't want to face it. But pornography is Satan's trump card. It's where his real power is. The survey also said, by the way, that nearly a quarter, 23%, of respondents across all age groups said that pornography had given them, had negatively affected their body image and made them acutely anxious on how their sexual partners would perceive them. Well, of course it does. You don't go to a bodybuilding contest and go home depressed because you don't have a nice body. Hey, you're not a bodybuilder. You don't go watch porn and then run home depressed because you don't have a 12-inch penis. You don't have a six-pack. You don't have 40 D-cup breasts. That's a show. Those people are acting. It's not real. It's Satan simply using these actors and these pornographers to spread demons through our society and cause sexual addiction demons enter the person's body. They become an addict to sex. They can't stop thinking about it. They can't stop masturbating. It's driving them crazy. The demons are torturing them to death. You can be set free, 602-636-5800, of lust demons from pornography. Come on, I'm talking to the men now. Women, by the way, are the fastest growing group for porn. If you're a man or a woman, and when you were younger, you got into porn, and now you're suffering with uncontrolled lust, friend, you need help. You are eligible for free counseling services at the Arizona Deliverance Center, 602-636-5800. You can be delivered. Come Thursday nights at 7 o'clock and sit in on Brother Rick's healing class. And come Friday night, you come to the altar call. Call for a counseling appointment. If you're a born-again Christian, there's no charge. There's no excuse for you not to get well.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.